Do you have any idea where I could obtain radioactive material?
That's an interesting question. What do you need it for?
I'm trying to build a small nuclear reactor to provide electricity for my house.
Wow, young Sheldon is crazy. You know who else is crazy? Young David Hahn. Unlike the boy who lived, David Hahn built a nuclear reactor in his mother's backyard and became the boy who died. No disrespect though, David is among the most important people to have ever lived, on the account his underdeveloped brain managed to design, develop, and recreate one of the most important and advanced technologies ever discovered. His parents couldn't say they didn't see this coming though, as he successfully synthesized the main component of dynamite in his bedroom at age 14. They must have been so proud. Anyways, how did young David Hahn / Sheldon manage to pull this off? Nuclear flip-flapping fission, that's how. It's pretty complicated, so here's me speedrunning and explaining it. Okay, nuclear fission speedrun, let's go. Take a radioactive substance with a high atomic weight and shoot neutrons at it. The neutron will split the atom in half and shoot out another neutron that will enter another atom or your body and give you cancer. Did I win? Did I get it? Seems easy enough, right? David did, and he started with his neutron laser. He bought a very large amount of smoke detectors, or stole them from a hotel, I can't remember, and extracted the americium-241, a radioactive substance. Then he mixed that with pure beryllium. The already decaying radioactive americium would send helium atoms to the beryllium, which would send out, get this, neutrons! He encased all of this in a lead block so he wouldn't contract any atomic diseases, like dying. Now that David had his laser, he was just about ready to sever the ball and chain around his foot called the power bill. David took more of his americium-241 and turned them into fuel rods. After this, he took his favorite sand pail from the beach and filled it with water and created a ventilation tube for the steam that would be produced. Now, here's where the magic happens. He sticks the rods in the water and aims his neutron laser at them. And boom, the water begins to boil and the steam begins turning a turbine generator. Yay for David! He did it! He no longer has to pay his government for electricity! Except there's one problem. That little sand pail of his isn't neutron-proof at all. His homemade reactor had started shooting neutrons everywhere. Nothing was safe from the radiation. Of course, the government realized young boy Hahn wasn't paying the power bill, and they showed up. When they did, they found his diateic device, and they were not having it. So they took it and sent David and his mom away. Did I mention his parents are divorced? Because this is what happens when mommy and daddy don't love each other anymore. Baby builds a cancer ray. Eventually, they just sent David to prison for not paying his power bill, and maybe for giving everyone on his block a 2-for-1 deal on chemotherapy treatment. Get it? Because they all got cancer. Here's what David looked like after a while. No, those aren't meth pickings, kindred little soul. Those are just radiation welts. And that was it. David got out of jail, people did their chemo, and his mom lived a happy life. What did you ask? How did David die? Well, champ, he decided that fentanyl had a little more kick than cancer rays. Wait, are we sure those aren't meth pickings? I mean, yeah, it totally could have been the radioactive playground in his backyard, but come on, doesn't it seem like a little plausible that these are just meth pickings?